came to the United States almost 20 years ago for work, and well, pretty much I could say that I did find my American dream. Today, my shade kit operates as both workroom and a wholesale distributor for Vako products. As you may have figured already, I have great passion for shades. So this is my shade table. And then we're gonna go to the other sewing room. This is the main kingdom. This is my 6x12 work table. And some of my machinery park, which I'm very proud with. Here we have the serger, one of the straight jukis, which are very smart, that they talk to you.
Hello, October 27th, Friday. I will do my very best to assist you in any way I can. Let's do our best. Oil tank is full.
So this is the machine that will warn you when your bobbin thread is going out, is running out. Yeah. And now.
Thank you for your hard work.
So this is a drapery tucker. We have a pleater waiting for some parts to be replaced. My other straight stitch, and one of the greatest machines here that I've seen, that's the reliable blind stitch with drive motor. It's excellent machine. I highly recommend this one. Making our way to the heavy duty station. That's another juki. I'm a great fan of jukis, as you can tell. Now to the not so pretty area, but helpful. So this is our warehouse, where we have a bigger table. This is a 16-feet table. Really nice for longer panels. And one of the machineries that I'm really happy with, one of our finds from a workroom that was shutting down. This is a manual lift system for panels. I love this equipment. It doesn't use any power. You can lower and raise the bar manually. This is what we use for every panel that's over one width, even if it's just width and a half. We always construct them top down. We start with the header, side hems. We leave the bottom open. We hang the panels at least 24 hours, at least, and then hem them at the very end. Ask me how I came up with this technology, the hard way, of course. But since then, I've only been once to rehem panels. Never happened again with this method. Warehouse storage area, some supply area, and this is where another magic is happening. And we assemble the rails here. This is our packaging station. Here we have a inspection machine. It has some lights in for checking the quality of the fabric, and it also revolves. As soon as you walk in from the door, you can see our display wall. So here we have different lift systems of our bestseller. That would be the Vako 2004. This is the slim profile, which comes in 5 different lift systems. We offer mainly assembled kits, but we also sell separate components, and we also have bulk customers as well. Here we feature fabrics from one of our colleagues. Her name is Kelly Vitari with Wild Fern. Okay, so here we have the very standard clutch system. We have 2 types of clutches. One is lightweight, the other one is heavyweight. And here, working them simultaneously, you can see the difference in both clutches. This is the lightweight, it goes a lot faster. This is the heavyweight. Of course, it pulls the shades a little slower and can handle heavier shades. Here we have the cordless or spring mechanism. This is the top-down, bottom-up application with a balance on the top. And yeah, here we have, sorry, not enough room on my display wall, but this is the motorized shade. So the very typical thing about Vako headrails is that we use one profile and all internal components fit the same exact profile. So that makes very flexible program for, especially for those workrooms that would like to assemble on their side, because you can stock up on the long parts like the headrail, weight bar, drive bar, etc., and only buy small components when you need them. Like I said, all internal parts are interchangeable and they fit just like a glove. So you can easily convert one headrail from clutch to motorized and vice versa. Here you see that the motor, we use Somfy in this case, it's inserted into the tube so you don't see it, and we have external battery that feeds the motor, and it lays right under the headrail so it doesn't create any extra projection, and you can use the same brackets that you use for all other applications. We can use either Somfy or Roll-Ease motors. Those are the small 25 millimeters tubular motors. This is a sample of the smallest motorized shade with Roll-Ease side motor that it's 15 inches only. So I'm very curious by nature, and I like to take things apart and learn how they work. When I first found Vako exhibiting at the Workroom Conference in 2019, I was impressed with one of their drums. It was a double spool drum, cord drum, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, how that works? I was really, really impressed with the system. So this is what we know today as a top-down, bottom-up. But 2 years ago, when we started talking about the new child safety regulations, and there was a fear that exposed cords for top-down, bottom-up will be banned, I was like, I was really sad, to be honest, because this was the system that drew my very initial interest in Vako products, and I didn't want to give up. I did not want to give up. And I started thinking beyond the standard top-down, bottom-up. What else, or how else we can utilize this genius system to work? And I came up with, I think, pretty cool ideas. So I developed 2 new types of shades. I call them the Shilly Shally Shade. Somebody asked me, oh, well, can you repeat that? Yes, I can repeat it because I practiced. So it's Shilly Shally Shade. And where it comes from, the Shilly Shally is, take that from somebody that's not expert in English language, but it is an expression of when people are not 100% decided of something, whether they shall or shall not do. So this is where Shilly Shally comes from. When you're on the verge and you don't know, you're not quite certain, okay, do I need just sun shading or I need privacy? And this is where my Shilly Shally Shade comes in place. So we have 2 versions of it, and what I like to call them, one is horizontal, the other one is vertical solution. So this is the horizontal solution, where we have the shade divided horizontally. The top part is sheared and the bottom part is solid. We picked very contrast fabrics here just to present the concept, but this could be done in color coordinated fabrics or any other sheer and solid combinations by your choice. So what we have here is a system with 2 clutches on both sides and a sheared portion of the shade which completely hides away behind the valance when you raise the floating bar up, or which normally that will be the top bar up. Now we have a standard shade which you can operate with the left clutch just like a regular shade, raising it up, lowering it down, etc. Now throughout the day when you want to let some sun come through, you can lower the sheared portion and now you have your shading solution. And now this would be the vertical version of the Shilly Shally Shade. So here we have actually 2 layers of shades, and if you can see they're mounted, one is mounted at the front of the truck, the other one is reverse mount at the truck with grommets, of course. So now here we have the same concept, both shades, one sheer, one solid, but now they're in 2 different layers. While here we have 1 layer, here the layers are 2. And you can operate that as 2 standard Roman shades independently from one another, and you have either one lowered or raised. Crank rod is alternative to the standard clutch and very cheap introduction to cordless product. So instead of going motorized, which could be quite expensive, you can have this stick, the crank rod, and you can operate the shade with it. For the slim profile, we have this crank rod with a hook, and you can reach it up there. Okay, put it up, and then you just operate the shade with the crank. This profile is called the Vako 2012. It's quite thicker than the 2004. It's about 2 3/8 in thickness, and this system can handle up to 19 feet wide and 19 feet long shades. And it's the only system on market that can handle shades longer than 95 inches. So this system has enhanced magnetic head on the top of the crank rod stick, and it's easier to reach higher shades because the magnet simply gets attracted there and snaps in. See, so easy. And here again, we can lower and raise the shade just like that. And similar to the motorized shades, you can have one of these for multiple shades. You don't have to have one for each shade. So it works like a remote control. Like you only need one remote control for the entire room. Same thing here. And you can keep this out of reach of children or customers. A lot of people have seen me swapping these very easily. I just take them down and put another one up. Just like that, and they ask me, how do you do that so fast? Well, it's quite simple actually. So if you come closer here, you will see this is what my wall looks like. I have a wood slat at the back and flat bar drilled to it, so it has a little bit of a lip here at the top. So what we do here, we use brackets that are extended and have a little room at the back, so plenty of to kind of close that to the lip. Makes it very easy to rearrange your show wall or just to present a different one and swap them as you go. I encourage every one of you that uses Vako products to make oneself like that. You can either make it yourself or you can purchase it from us. We have those available for sale. So this is how you put it on the lid here, and now you can grab your shade. Keep a pair of those brackets handy in your workroom because it's really easy to put the shade up, test it, level it, do whatever you need to do it, and then take it out. This is a sample kit of head rail and mainly the brackets that we use. We developed those kits for the conference last month, but we can offer that now for sale, so it will be on our website if you want to purchase one. I recommend that to keep handy in your workroom and have a sample of all the brackets that we offer, so you don't wonder what type of bracket you need for this and that application. We offer 6 types of brackets, as you can see, and I can talk a little bit about that. The first 2 are spring brackets, and this is the most well-known bracket that we sell. One is a little smaller than the other one, so that means that it has a little more, this one is the extended one, and has more room at the back. So when we were clipping this on the attachment to the workroom valet or on the wall, I would use those because they have more room here and it's easier to claw on the aluminum bar. So this is very nice bracket because you can flip it the other way around. And now we're gonna ask, why do you need that? For reverse mount shade, you can mount, all our profiles come with a Velcro strip attached. So if you want to reverse mount the shade, you can flip the entire headrail and using these brackets, because these can work either way. So now this makes the perfect headrail for door application. Why? Because you can have, first of all, it's thin. You want the thinnest one for door application, right? Then you can mount the shade on the reverse side, and when you mount it to the door, you don't have to use extra L bracket or cut slits through the shades. You don't do that. You just install this to the wall and then clip the shade to it. Now this becomes exposed, but you can cover this one with another self-adhesive strip of loop and okay, I'll say Velcro, and wrap around with a valance and hide this. So no poking through the shade anymore. The next type of bracket would be a clip bracket. Very simple. This is a design that most of the hard goods are using, blinds, natural woven, whatever. It's very easy to work with and it's very light. And also, as you can see, all our brackets have very low profile. So now, of course, if you want to mount your shade on board, not using the Velcro, but mount it on a board and staple on a board, you're welcome to do that. And in case of outside mounting, you would need an extra room between the board and the headrail to slide in the L bracket. And only this bracket will give you that extra room because you can see it has the highest profile here. So it's leaves about 1/8 of an inch, enough to put in an extra L bracket. And this, I didn't want to skip this one because that's a pretty cool bracket. This is the swivel arm bracket. I like this a lot because it's all metal. Unlike here we have plastic parts. This is all metal and has very nice grip. And it's the best solution for your cordless product, because the cordless is the one that we abuse the most. There is a lot of pull, a lot of pressure on the headrail, and this will hold pretty well. As you can see, most of our brackets have 2 plates, one for the wall, one for the ceiling, so you can use them either way. You don't need to switch from one to another bracket. You just screw it either to the ceiling or to the wall plate. Only this though, it's the coin or ceiling bracket, also has a swivel arm. This one is the bracket that has the smallest footprint. It does not project any further from the headrail. So the headrail is 1 3/8, and this has a footprint smaller than the headrail. So if you deal with very narrow, very shallow windows, and you don't have extra depth, this is the bracket that you can use. Just bear in mind that this only uses 1 screw, so it won't be the heavy duty bracket necessarily, but something for a small and very shallow windows. And here is what else comes with this set of samples, is the piece of the weight bar. This weight bar comes with all our assembled kits. And this is a sample of the fiberglass ribs that we sell. This doesn't come with a headrail, but you can order it separately. What we have here is top down, bottom up. It comes with the headrail, the brackets. This is the floating bar for your top portion of the shade, the bottom bar. And what we else include in the kit is a pouch with warning label, and either orbs like this, orbs, or the safety shade level locks with ring locks. Those. When I say either, and I'm sorry, forgot to mention those, a sticker with QR code for the appropriate system. If you scan that, it will lead you to a series of YouTube videos for how to assemble, how to troubleshoot, how to reset, etc. Can we use crank rod clutches for the top down, bottom up? Yes, we absolutely can. And it is quite easy to exchange those as well. So I want to demonstrate that. So you release this clutch and you can take it out. Because like I said in the beginning, all Vako components are interchangeable. So that fits just as well as the other one. And slide it in. Here are some samples of our blackout stickers. We developed those for covering the pinholes of a blackout Roman shade, and they come in different shapes because they work differently for depending on how you sew your rings. If you sew your rings through all the layers, you have a thread here. It goes like here in this sample. We have a face fabric interlining and blackout. If you sew all the rings through all the layers, then you need to cover this pinhole here, and then you would gonna need the mushroom sticker, and you need 2 per ring. You take one of these and you go over the bridge here, lets that snug in like this, and one on the other side. Like that. You can do that over acrylic or metal ring. Better coverage with metal rings like here. The acrylic not so good, and we can demonstrate that with a little bit of a light. And it's a little bit better here. You actually don't see much. All right. And some people, they'll like to use these hourglass stickers. I find that more difficult for me. They go like this over. Again, this will not cover this much from, well, I have another sticker here, so you can see it, but it's still gonna filter the light a little bit. And then another way is when you sew your rings through the layer, through the interlining and blackout, and then you attach the fabric, the face fabric later on, then you can use the drop sticker here, completely covering any pinholes, and then you wouldn't see any light coming through. That's my favorite. So if you want to find out more about our distribution business, please go online to www.myshadekit.com. Basically, open an account. It's pretty easy. Once you are given the login and password, you can go on My Shade Kit website, hit the trade login button, and it will bring you to the online ordering platform.